Most people don't have really positive thoughts come to their mind when they think of a long run, but long runs are such an important part of any training program, whether you're running a 5K all the way up to an ultra marathon. There are multiple reasons for that. And one that I have found really helpful is the actual psychological benefit of completing a long run. As you gradually build endurance, just thinking, okay, I did 14 miles last week. I've never run 14 miles before. Next week, you've got 16, and then you complete the 16, and just the um, how that success makes you feel as a runner is really important. Obviously, long runs do build that aerobic base. You're not building anaerobic base during a long run. You're not ever running so fast that you're breathing super hard or you're feeling like your head's going to explode or your lungs are going to explode. You're just gradually building endurance. Some things to keep in mind with the long runs. I like to use my last couple of long runs as dress rehearsals for race day, if at all possible. I like to wear exactly what I'm going to wear in the race at least once, just to make sure that everything fits well and that there's no weird chafing or anything like that that's happening. Um, I also like to practice for at least a few miles of a long run, what race pace might feel like. Now, I may not do this on every long run, but sometimes I'll prescribe fast finish long runs where, um, maybe like for instance, let's say in the sample run that's listed on the right, maybe this particular individual is doing a 20-mile run, which is probably as long as you would ever run before actually running a marathon. So if they've got a 20-mile run and on race day, they're hoping to average 8 minutes per mile. So they may run the first 10 miles at, say, 9-minute pace or something that feels very easy. But if they want to run the last 10 in a way that will kind of simulate what they're going to do on race day, they can do a fast finish long run and work their way down to their goal pace. Um, the biggest mistake you can make on a long run, which is the same mistake that dooms you in many workouts while running, is to start out too fast. If you're breathing hard and struggling in a long run um, early on, that's generally not a good sign. Um, these typically, as far as the frequency of long runs, these typically are done once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on your goals and depending on your age. People who have a lot more miles on their legs don't typically need to do long runs as frequently as somebody who is younger and trying to build a larger endurance base. One last thought on long runs is based on nutrition. You want to make sure that if you are running a long run in the summer, that you either make loops where you run past somewhere where you can get water or Gatorade, or you have some way to carry it with you. There are plenty of other things that you can try for nutrition that we'll talk about in another video, but um, you certainly want to make sure that you are well hydrated and nutrition is taken care of if you're doing a long run, especially a long run in warmer temperatures.